Donald Trump went into his second term thinking it would be like Christmas. Just pleasant surprise after pleasant surprise, smooth sailing, easy going. Now reality is hitting Donald Trump like a train because Trump just got another brutal surprise, this time at the NATO Summit. Now make no mistake, Donald Trump is atrocious, and his simps, they're even worse. Forced to defend a man whose beliefs change faster than the speed of light. Seriously, Trump's beliefs are sending all of us back in time.
Here's how one host reacted to Trump, and then 20 minutes later, reacting to a Democrat using the same word.
The president feeling very frustrated this morning and using some salty language as he lashed out at both countries, accusing them of violating the agreement that he hopes will lead to peace in the region. I was particularly repulsed by Rep. Jasmine Crockett's comments, where she said, "I'm the one that's supposed to make the effing decision on bombing Iran." First of all, it's a pretty foul mouth of her for someone that went to a tidy little all-girls Catholic school.
In fact, it seems there's a lot of pearl clutching over at Fox whenever the swearing is done by liberals.
I don't understand all the Democrats cursing. I find it very unpersuasive and undignified.
They've got expensive education, some of them. Why are they out of words?
But when Donald Trump does it, zero Fox given.
Sure, Trump's simps are pathetic, but more and more Republicans are now letting it slip that the cracks are showing.
Wrong. I'm interested to know your reaction to this, considering that President Trump has repeatedly said that the program was, quote, completely obliterated.
Well, it's unfortunate that intelligence gets leaked so quickly in this administration. I understand the president's frustration. Having said that,
although subtle, what Republican Representative Michael McCall just said is quietly damning. It exposes a deeper problem. Trump's administration can barely even keep military intelligence secure when a senior GOP lawmaker openly voices concern about leaks. It's not just criticism, it's an indictment of Trump's basic competence as commander-in-chief. Meanwhile, Trump's nonsense continues to divide his very own base, with Candace Owens continuing her tirade.
Are you done with Donald Trump?
So I want to be clear. I don't regret voting for Donald Trump above Kamala. I think he was the better candidate, certainly a better candidate above Joe Biden. But what I will say is that he's been a chronic disappointment. And I feel embarrassed that I told people to go vote for him because this wasn't going to happen, and it is happening.
But nothing is as bad as the brutal surprise that Trump just got at the NATO Summit. Take a look. President Trump just got exposed, and not by an opponent, but by one of America's closest allies. During a sit-down with CNN's Christiane Amanpour, Canadian Prime Minister Mark Carney revealed that Trump is no longer pushing to annex Canada, a complete reversal from months of saber-rattling about turning America's northern neighbor into the 51st state.
You know differently. Apparently,
They
say
honestly,
that you're the Trump whisperer of the leaders,
I'm not
and
sure
that
about
you're
that,
on
but
texting, relations with him, and you're constantly talking. So, is he still saying he wants to annex Canada?
he's not. He's not. He admires Canada, I think it's fair to say, and maybe for a period of time coveted Canada. But
You've put that to bed.
Well, look, we're two sovereign nations who are discussing the future of our trade relationships, our defense partnership.
This wasn't just a policy shift, it was an unmasking. Carney all but confirmed what critics have been saying. The entire annexation stunt was a dog and pony show. Trump never seriously wanted Canada. The goal, to rile up his hardline base, to trigger headlines, to look tough. All an act, and Carney just blew it wide open. And while Trump was playing pretend, Carney was moving on. Carney even credited Trump for unintentionally pushing Canada to increase its NATO contributions.
Our defense partnership, which has been very strong in the past, how is that going to evolve? But again, I would say it this way: the president is focused on a series of changing bilateral relations. We're at NATO. He's been focused on making sure that all members, Canada included, of NATO pay their fair share, carry their weight. I think we are now doing that. We've made major investments in defense in recent months. We're now at the NATO 2%. We're committed to accelerating that. We've got this new defense partnership with Europe as another example.
The curtain got pulled back. The annexation saga is dead. The partnership is unraveling. And one of America's oldest allies just confirmed Trump's Canada plan was never real. Just another performance for the cameras. At the end of the day, Donald Trump is supposed to be the commander-in-chief, but he really is just the con man in chief.